you can actually see the transition. Like, for example, Eddie Jones is saying Ireland is a kick and clap team, but the reality is the English scrum half, the English out half, and the English first centre and the English full back outkick Ireland all of last Six Nations. So Ireland has it's got a name for the box kick, but the English scrum half is outkicking Conor Murray throughout the Six Nations of last season. So you can see a subtle change in how Ireland are playing, and you can see it in a couple of ways. The first is how they use stolen line-out ball. They get it very, very wide. And there's a couple of things around that, but you've got a midfield now with Bundy Aki, and you've obviously got Robbie Henshaw, but in particular Rob Kearney at full-back. Those three guys are ruthlessly brilliant at the breakdown. They're as good as any back row forward. In fact, when they push the ball wide, the open side and maybe the number 8 CJ Standard doesn't have to panic to win that breakdown. So they can take those risks, and they are taking those risks. They have a name for box kicking, but there's certainly an evolution. And I think with Saturday in mind, and I think we'll probably talk about it in more depth, there is another opportunity to push that a bit further within parameters. What was really, really interesting for me in Paris was Ireland's opening intent was just phenomenal, and the conditions weren't fantastic. To see the left winger pop up on the right wing and his first pass to the right winger was wonderful to see. But pretty quickly Ireland went back into the trenches, and I'm not sure was it because France sucked them in or they voluntarily went in there, but they have that ability now to switch styles, which is fantastic. And they have the ability to choose. Certainly I assume this weekend team selection, obviously all that, they have the choice around the style, and all the memories of those losses against Argentina that you talk about are obviously fueling that towards getting back into that position again the next quarter final, the World Cup. But there's definitely, like, we've all probably wanted more of a transition. Like, you look at New Zealand, they're scoring 6 tries a game. If you take Italy out of the Six Nations, the home nations are scoring 1.25 tries. So it's a very different competition. And within that parameter, I think Ireland are still prepared to push the boundary, which is wonderful to see. And I hope we'll see a bit more of it again at the weekend.